On date 3-9-12. What were your schooling experience like?
Well, first I went to a big city school until I was in 4th grade. I walked to school, and it was a school much like yours, only we just had one of each grade. Then we had to move, and we moved to our cabin up on the lake, and I went to a country school. Do you know what a country school is?
No.
It's a one-room school, and it had grades 1 through 8, an outhouse. We had to pump water. No hot lunch, but I loved it there.
So you have to make your own lunch?
Mm-hmm.
Aw, that's so bad. I bet you didn't have food. How did these experience children as you grew older?
Well, it changed as I grew older because when I got ready to go to high school, I could ride a bus. And our high school was a modern school. So we had electricity.
I have one question.
What?
How did it take forever to ride the bus to pick people up?
No, it didn't.
Okay. Next question. How did they compare and contrast to many schooling experiences now?
Well, schools now are really large, and often there's more than one grade of each grade level. And I think just about every school has busing. And there's more kids in the schools.
Yeah, once I saw a school have one room with all the grades.
Right.
Did that happen
it's like
once?
a country school. Mm-hmm.
Okay. Next, question number 2. What was your home like as a kid?
Well, when we lived in the city, we had a nice house with a bathroom, electricity, and running water. But we had an ice box. We didn't have refrigerators yet. And the iceman would come and deliver ice, and we'd put it in there and keep our food cold. When we moved to the cabin by the lake, we didn't have electricity, and we had to carry our water from a well. And my mom had to wash clothes in a wash tub and hang them outside.
I have one question. What is that ice thing?
An ice box is like a wooden, let's say it looked like a small wooden refrigerator. It'd have a door that would open up that you'd put the ice in, close it, and then the door down below you'd put your food. And it would keep it cold from the ice block.
Okay. How did your house change throughout your life?
Well, as I got older and I went to the big city again, then it was back to nice houses with electricity and running water, bathrooms and everything. So it got nicer.
Is it good if you have electricity?
Oh, it is. It's easier to see by a light than by a lamp.
Yeah, when you didn't have electricity, what will you do?
Then you have to use lamps.
So where will you get the bulbs for the lamps?
They wouldn't have bulbs. You had to light them with a match. They would have oil in them. You'd turn the wick and you'd light it.
Yep. Okay. Next question. How does it compare and contrast to my home and houses spending? It's better today.
Oh, it's much better today. I have a dishwasher, so I don't have to wash dishes. I have a washing machine, so I don't have to scrub by hand like my mother did. And I have a refrigerator that you just plug in and everything's cold. And we have a heating system and air conditioning. It's really nice.
Okay. Question number 3. How did you get to from place as a children, and how did people travel long distance?
Well, I walked a lot or rode my bike. And I didn't mind that. That was fun. And when we wanted to travel as a family, we had a car, just an old car, and we travel in that. When I lived in the city, we had a streetcar or a trolley that went right by our house. So if we wanted to go downtown, we'd ride that.
Okay. Okay. How has transportation changed throughout your life?
Well, now you can fly, you can take trains, the cities have taxi cabs and buses. It's just really easy to travel. You can go to other countries in just several hours.
I have something to say. Well, you said fly, but nobody has wings.
No, you have to get in an airplane.
You said fly, it's not an airplane.
No, you're right. We could walk and fly, but we couldn't fly with wings.
How does it compare and contrast to the way it gets around and the way people travel long distance now?
Well, now we can go everywhere so fast. It doesn't take long at all.
Mm-hmm. Question number 4. How did you compare with your family and friends?
Oh, let me see that word. Communicate.
Communicate with
Oh,
your family
communicate.
and friends.
Well, when I was young, we would write letters all the time. I wrote letters to my mom for about 20 years, and she wrote letters back to me. We didn't have a telephone at first, so you'd either go to visit or you'd write letters.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Oh. How has this changed throughout your life?
Well, now it's easy. People just sit down at the computer and they email, and we all have telephones or cell phones so we can text, so it's really easy to communicate.
Okay. Well, I have one question.
What is it?
So, if you email somebody and if they don't have a computer, what will you do?
Well, then you couldn't email them. No, you'd probably have to call them on the telephone.
Okay. Okay, how does it compare and contrast to the way I and other compare it now?
Well, I think just about everybody uses a computer or a cell phone. So it's easy to talk to somebody right now, immediately.
Okay. Question number 5. What was technology and technology when you were a
Well, the only thing we had that I would think of as technology is a radio. The television was just coming in, and just people that could afford one had a television set. So we would probably go visit somebody that had a television set.
Okay.
To watch that.
What were some major inventions your experience?
Well, I think television was the big one. And then all the appliances started to come out. So instead of the egg beater, you had a mixer. Instead of having to smash and cut, you had blenders.
Okay.
So all kinds of things like that.
Okay. How has
Technology
evolved throughout your life?
Well, when I was young, everything was hard work. But now with all the new things and modern technology, everything's easy. You don't have to work as hard.
Okay. How does it compare and contrast to the technology and the words you use now?
Well, I think it's good, but yet it doesn't hurt to work a little bit too. But I'm happy to have a washing machine and not have to scrub. And I'm happy to have a dryer so I don't have to iron everything.
Okay.
So things are better.
Question number 6. Do you feel life was easier than or now?
Oh, it's a lot easier now.
Why?
Because we have all these things to make life easy. We don't have to work so hard.
Did you feel life has been more enjoyable than or now?
Well, you know, there were lots of things that were enjoyable then because we were with people more. I think
Why?
now because in order to talk to somebody or see somebody, you had to go see them instead of getting on the phone or the computer. So we did a lot more things with our neighbors and relatives.
Question number 7. My very only question.
And what is your very own question?
Where would you live if you didn't have a home?
Oh, that would be hard. You know, when we had to leave our nice house in the city, we were lucky that we had a cabin to move to, or we wouldn't have had a home. So I guess if I wouldn't have had that place, we would have had to ask for help or asked somebody to help us find a place where we could build a house.
Okay. Question number 8. My very own question. Did you have any pets?
Oh, we always had pets. First we had rabbits, and then we had several dogs over the years.
And me, I have a dog named Zelda, so she's here, so she's kind of wild.
I noticed she wanted to be in the interview.
Yes, she really wants to be in an interview. And the end. What? Thank you.
You're welcome.
What's your name?
You're welcome.
Who are you?
Oh, my name is Tasha, and this is my grandmother.
Oh, well, thank you for interviewing
And I
me.
love her very much.
Oh, thank you for interviewing me. This was fun.